dicey conversation. Welfare, decent wages, and rights of workers are protected. Conventions we come into when we...
Thank you so much for that brilliant question. Consent, it's built on 4 pillars. The first pillar you touched on this. These are issues regarding fundamental principles and rights at work. When somebody's job is decent, it means that person has an opportunity to engage and negotiate as far as the conditions of work are concerned. Recently, we've seen the negotiation between the government, NLC, and NECA on the minimum wage. And that dialogue is meant to ensure to have enough to earn a living and of protection, such as social protection and access to occupational health and safety. You cannot be in a job in a factory and not have protective gear that protects you from injuries. Those want to access healthcare as and when you require. About having an opportunity to dialogue. That's why social dialogue is very central to the work of dialogue, to engage on issues that are affecting you at work so that together you can co-create the solutions that are better for the worker as well as better for the employer. So this is the decency that we are talking about as far as jobs is concerned. The salary is a component of it, but the conditions surrounding the conduct of that work is also very, very important. As the ILO in Nigeria currently in December, we launched what we call the Decent Work Country Program. And this is a provide the decent work priorities to be able to be delivered together. And for Nigeria, the priorities are around jobs, social protection, as well as social dialogue, to make sure that we continue to having a space where tracted strikes or we...
Wisdom and Rosamond permits me to come to Dr. Ama. She says she's the youngest, so when she speaks, then I'll come back to both. How can international corporations, how do you think international corporations can creating resilient job opportunities for young people, aside looking at internships? Because it's one thing to do internship, it's one thing to actually get a job after the internship.
National, because they are agencies, the NGOs, the social groups, the companies who must commit to creating these resilient workplaces for youth. Having said that, there's nothing about me that wants to retire, and I think that intergenerational employment needs to be visited. What that means is basically what Charles is doing here with, oh my word, I just forgot your name. Wisdom. That is employment. Right, we need more young people like me to retire, and you have much to contribute, then you should be allowed to continue to work at a very young age. My children are probably older than you, my darling. Now, this work, how does that work? If you put us together, we're sharing ideas, we're learning from each other. The resilience that you need, I have it, and I can show you how to survive in the toughest of environments, right? Coupled with that is the issue in Nigeria of unemployment, which everybody knows. They say 70 million, I think is higher than that. But nobody is talking about underemployment. Underemployment is important because when you are underemployed, you're still living in poverty. How do you elevate yourself from poverty? You do that by having targeted